Once upon a time, there lived a wise old man who was famous for knowing a lot about people's feelings. One day, a worried young man came to see him and said nervously, "Master, I am constantly overwhelmed by doubt. I question my abilities and fear I am not good enough. I'm scared of what the future might bring and things I can't control with my abilities." After listening to the young man's worries, the wise man said, "Fear is like a fog. It stops us from seeing the beautiful world around us. But if we can understand where our fear comes from, we can learn to overcome it. The quickest way to overcome fear is to do the thing you fear to do and keep on doing it. Remember, failure is not a downfall, but an opportunity to learn and grow. There is only one thing that makes a dream impossible to achieve: the fear of failure." I will tell you powerful life lessons on how to isolate and conquer your fear after sharing this story. Once upon a time, there was a man who had a brilliant idea for a new business. Even though he had a safe and steady job, he always dreamed of starting his own company. But the man was scared. He was scared to take the risk, to leave his comfortable job, to face the possibility of failure. So, instead of pursuing his dream, the man continued to work in his steady job. But he was always unhappy. He felt like he was stuck, like he was never reaching his full potential. He kept his brilliant idea locked away, never sharing it with the world. One day, a successful businessman came to visit his town. The man with the business idea went to meet him, filled with both hope and fear. The successful businessman could see the fear in his eyes and asked him what he was scared of. The man replied, "I am afraid of leaving my job, of taking the risk, of failing." The successful businessman smiled and said, "Do not be scared, my friend. Take the leap. Chase your dream. If you succeed, you will be happier than you've ever been. If you fail, you will have learned a valuable lesson." Encouraged by these words, the man decided to take the risk and started his own business. He worked hard, faced many challenges, but he was happier than he had ever been. He realized that his fear of leaving his comfort zone had stopped him from chasing his dreams. The wise old man looked at the young man's thoughtful expression and said, "My dear friend, the story I told you carries significant life lessons. It teaches us that comfort zones, while safe and familiar, often limit our growth and potential. Fear of failure and change can keep us shackled, preventing us from pursuing our dreams or unlocking our true potential." The man in the story had a brilliant idea, but his fear kept him from realizing it. When he finally faced his fear, embraced the uncertainty, he discovered happiness and fulfillment beyond his imagination. This story is a reminder that stepping out of our comfort zones and facing our fears can lead us to our true happiness. Continuing, the wise man imparted his advice on how to tackle fear. Action cures fear. Isolate your fear and take constructive action towards your goals. Doing nothing about a situation strengthens fear and can destroy confidence. You must recognize and accept your fear. This is not a sign of weakness, but an acknowledgement of a hurdle you need to overcome. Once you understand the root of your fear, just like the man in the story understood his, you can begin to face it. Start taking small steps out of your comfort zone. You don't have to leap all at once. Every step you take towards facing your fear is a step towards courage. Stay positive, believe in yourself, and you'll find the peace and happiness you're seeking. Hearing this, the young man began to understand. His self-doubt was similar to the fear the man in the story had felt. Like him, he was holding himself back from reaching his full potential. He thanked the wise old man for his advice and left feeling a bit lighter and more hopeful. He knew that overcoming his self-doubt would not be easy, but he was ready to try.